Good morning, NBA basketball fans. Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a couple of things that happened yesterday. I can't really understand. It was like Carmelo Anthony retired, Tom
Mm-hmm.
Brady bought some stake in the Raiders,
Mm-hmm.
and the LA Lakers got swept by the Denver Nuggets.
Gecko.
We're gonna talk about that and tonight's game between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, top of the morning. Welcome to another episode of NBA Central. I'm your host, Big Bro. We got Steve-O Speaks in the building. And y'all already know, man. If y'all like what y'all seeing and hearing, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. Just don't hit that exit bucket button, and you good over here. Speaking of buckets, though, Bron got a lot of them last night, especially in the first
Oh,
half.
bro.
Especially in the first half. 31 points. He ended up with a 40-point triple-double damn near. But it was not to be, man. The Lakers went down swinging, but they went down with the ship. You dig? So,
Mm-hmm.
4-0 sweep. Denver took care of business. And honestly, at this point, nobody's surprised what occurred. And let's just be honest, Denver has been the best team in the NBA all season. And we just didn't respect them because they play in Denver. And Jokic don't be dunking on people or, and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And he's not in the media the way Embiid is and Giannis are all in commercials and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So they just over there just slow and steadily building something out there, and they finally made it to the promised land for the first time in their team's history. It was good to see, man. It's good to see some type of
Mm-hmm.
parity. What do you think about last night's game?
Man, it was just like probably the thing I walk away from is probably that final buzzer and just see a Joker just like, oh, finally. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just even though you got a big stuff, but it is like they finally got that boulder off their back. And it like I said, he not the most exciting player according to certain people, but like for people like me that love to watch the game, he one of my favorite players. So all the people that's talking about, oh, who trying to see Boston and Denver or Boston and Heat, I
Well,
am because it's
Denver and
great
the Heat,
basketball.
exactly. You looking at I, all the narratives, like the only thing that I can remember is that I think Miami and Denver had some beef a couple of years ago when Markieff Morris got pushed by Jokic and they was looking for the brothers, and that's going to be brought up obviously when Miami finally takes out Boston,
Pettiness.
whether tonight or 2 nights from now. But hey, we gonna see what happens, man. Because I feel like the Miami Denver series is gonna be a fun one to watch,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be knock down, drag them out. These guys do not care about all the extra stuff that comes with being famous for playing basketball. All these guys is out here trying to win a championship, and you're gonna have two teams full of players who have players that have maybe one championship, but the majority of them having never been to a championship. And we already know how Jimmy Butler and this squad have been to the championship, but they didn't win
Mhm.
it. So it's just gonna be fun to see, man. It's gonna be fun to see. I don't care for the whole notion that it's gonna be boring and nobody wants to watch it. That just goes to show you who just plays 2K and who actually watches and loves basketball.
In facts, and for the like you said, for the people that's saying that, like, there's probably gonna be like if I had to put money down on something, be like, this definitely going seven. This is probably the series that's definitely going seven. Like I said, it's two teams that don't care about the limelight. They don't care about who's the better player. It's two teams that have been together for years that have been working their hardest to get to this point and well coached, and they only got their mind on one thing, and that's winning the championship. And you're going to see the best type of basketball that way because, like I said, when you have hungry on both sides, that makes for great basketball.
Last night in the Denver Nuggets 113-111 victory to complete the sweep over the Lakers, you had pretty much everybody contributed that played. They only went 8 deep again. I'm sorry, just 7 deep this time. But everybody contributed. Even Uncle Jeff Green put some points on the board, got a block, a nice little block. Michael Porter didn't have the best game with 15 points. Aaron Gordon had his best game of the
For
playoffs
sure.
with 22 points and 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. Nikola Jokic, of course, is just he's going to be him and he had 30-point triple double with 13 assists, 14 boards. Kentavious Caldwell Pope had a strong series. It seemed like he was motivated to be playing against his former team. And then you had Jamal Murray close it out. He didn't do well from the 3-point line, but other than that, he was pretty much immaculate with 25 points to go 10 for 18 from the field. He was 0 for 4 from 3. Other than that, it was, pretty much a great game for him. And then Bruce Brown with 6 points. Now, over on the other side, we don't have to go over the stats, but I do want to say shout out to LeBron for the effort he put out. And then even Austin Reeves had a strong series as well. The rest of them guys, not so
Strong
much.
playoffs.
Exactly, except D'Angelo Russell. He bogus, bro.
He bold.
He
No, I gotta go on there. I'm sorry, Russ. You and I don't even want to get it all on Russ because I still feel like Darvin Ham did use him to his best ability. I would like to see him in that pick and roll way a little bit more. But hey, you had open shots, my guy.
he
All
only
them
took 4.
times, how about say all them times you been spending after game shooting, it ain't working.
Nah.
It just ain't working. So like, hey, you put yourself in a good position to make some money this off season, but you also put yourself for them to take that money at the same time.
Oh, well, he lost some money for
He
sure. Like
definitely lost some money.
teams are gonna, if he say I want this max money, whatever, they're gonna just show him the tape of this please playoffs. I mean, honestly, like you out there
Do you
bricking.
not remember the last 2 months, my guy?
Bro, like, come on, my dude. Just take this $20 million pay cut and come make these buckets. But even Tristan Thompson got out there and was more effective than D'Angelo Russell, and that's saying a lot about
Yeah,
how
you mean
little
just
he
by
can do.
yelling at people.
I mean, he was 2 for 4 from the field.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell was also 2 for 4. So it's like, come on.
And
Um,
that man just got here.
Right. He ain't even played a minute in at all. So, what's next for the Lakers before we move on to tonight's game, man? Like, do they continue? LeBron kind of alluded to maybe not even coming back next year. I think looking at
Bro,
Carmelo retiring and looking at D Wade
bro.
being gone, the Banana Boat Boys are in trouble.
I'm telling you right now, Brian, and I hope you watching this. You hope you find your way on this one day. Look here, bro. Don't you start this Aaron Rodgers shit. Don't you start. I ain't got time for you. You know how your name makes the circus on national TV and national media. I ain't got time to be hearing every year, is this the year he retired? Motherfucker, do what you gotta do. And when you time to retire, do what Melo did, drop the video and go about your business. But
Yeah,
these little innuendos, these little hints, stop. Just stop that shit right now.
if you think that LeBron is
And we
going to,
already know you trying to play with Barney. So stop.
well, he said something interesting about that last night. But if you think that LeBron is going to just go quietly into the night, you sadly mistaken. But he also mentioned that even though that might be his dream to play with his son, it might not be Bronny's dream to play in his shadow. He did. So we'll see where that goes in the next couple of years, because obviously somebody gonna draft Bronny just with the chance of having LeBron James be on their team and increase their market share in the NBA. All right, so speaking of market share, don't seem like Boston has any in this NBA Finals. It's been terrible for them. At least the Lakers didn't go out like no hoes. They fought every single game, including last night down to the last second. And if you'd have told me that a team with AD and LeBron was gonna get swept, I would have told you
You
insane.
a lie.
But that's what happened. Now, if it's the same thing, if you're telling me that a team with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown getting swept,
I
I
could
would,
believe it.
yeah, I can believe it now, but I wouldn't have believed it at the beginning of the season.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I could believe it.
Yeah.
And it's just mainly because of I've seen it. Like I've just like I'm waiting for him to have this epiphany. Like, okay, this team, yeah, this is team we work together, such and such. Tatum, I'm talking about, but they gonna move to the beat of my drum. So it's just certain times where when it's time and it's going down the clock, and he just over there just waiting for the ball to come to him, and I'm like, bro, y'all ain't gonna get no championship. You got to be assertive in key moments in the game, and there's too many times in two different games in the regular season and in the playoffs when I see you not being assertive. I'm seeing you just sitting there and trying to let the game come to you. Hey, it's the playoffs. The game ain't gonna come to you. You got to take that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Miami is the one that's taking
Take it,
it.
they Deboing them up.
And it's everybody on the whole squad that's like contributing in big ways. Whether it's Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson has been completely resurrected. Max Strus is doing his thing. Gabe Vincent is doing his thing. Kyle Lowry is that spark plug, that champion who knows how to get to the finish line, and that's what you're seeing from Miami. And as much as I love 7 games, I want them to go ahead and get it over with tonight. Let them get some rest going into June 1st. And as much as it sucks to think that we wouldn't have basketball for a week, it is what it is at this point. Now, Boston gonna have to come out and have some pride and at least play in this game, because if they lose by 30, you can know that the NBA world is gonna be set on fire come tomorrow morning. Hell, not just tomorrow morning, midnight
That night.
tonight. You're gonna be hearing all types of stuff, seeing all types of Twitter tweets and so on
Ooh,
and so forth.
I'm
So
telling y'all right now. I got some words if they lose in terrible fashion this post game tonight. I'll tell you that right now. And another thing, Marcus Smart, you're bogus. How you let Kyle Lowry and Gabe Vincent outplay you?
yeah, it's
That
tough.
can't happen.
It's tough.
Defensive player of the year.
All right, man. So who you got tonight?
Man, I'm expecting to be like Nick Leotti and seeing the green squid just splash. It's over with. Miami.
T.
It's over with.
I'm going with Miami too, which means that they probably gonna lose because we both picking them to win.
Bro,
But
this man Tatum go have 40.
right, but
Brad gonna have 50. He gonna be like, you motherfuckers.
right, it is what it is. It's gonna be all for naught. It's just gonna be staving off the execution that is inevitable. But if they go ahead and win, good for them. But tonight, I just feel like Miami knows what's at stake. They don't want to have to go back to Boston and try to win another game. And then if they lose that one, you got to come back home and try to win a game 6. They're not trying to have to deal with that pressure of having the 0-3 faltering. And it could happen. The storyline is there. It's built in. It would be great
Mhm.
drama for the NBA. So let's see what happens. But this isn't your typical Big Kev, give me 7 games moment. It's more so Miami knows that they don't want any of those scenarios to even have an ounce of oxygen in it. So I feel like they're going to go ahead and snuff out those flames tonight and continue to play the great basketball that they've been playing all postseason. Let's get this sweep out the way, and we'll have some other content to discuss. Let's go. All right, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. You already know what it is: NBA Central, Bulls Central, Bears Central, Sky Central, White Sox and Cubs Central, and of course the Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Gang. My boy C Dub and Bobby over there with that
Bro.
doing their thing. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna holler at y'all tomorrow with a reaction of tonight's game, and then we'll see what the next content gonna be, because we don't know if it's gonna be some more games. You know what I'm talking about? Holler at y'all later. Peace.
1, 2, 3, Barbados.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.